Alright folks, welcome back. This is Balatro every day, and today we got a real stinker. If you want to help figure out where the smell is coming from, you can get the seed from the video description, and when you're ready, let's go gold stake yellow deck. First boss is spades. First round, missing the 10 for the straight, but we can go for the diamonds flush. One more time, better diamonds? Okay. The 3 was a little bit too low, but this should work. In the first shop, Seltzer as a perishable, rental Clever Joker. Neither of these give me Molt, so we should look inside the Buffoon pack. Rental credit card, we never want. Lustful Joker, maybe. So we are playing on the yellow deck. We do have extra money here. We can probably beat the big blind. With some difficulty, but not necessarily too difficult to beat the big blind, even without any jokers. If we were worried about it, we could take maybe a Clever Joker from the shop as a rental. You use it for your first hand, you play 2 pair once, and then you sell Clever Joker, so you don't have to pay the rental fee. As far as survivability, we're fine. And this is not even one of the more difficult bosses. So the question is, do I want this Lustful Joker anyway? Even though I don't need it, maybe I want it anyway. Early on, we are looking for Molt Jokers. Usually on the higher stakes, we don't like to play the higher ranking hands because it's difficult to draw those, difficult to play those straights and flushes. We can get 1 flush per round in the early game, but then trying to get multiple flushes per round in the end game is very challenging. Usually we just like to spam pairs and high card. But that doesn't mean that we never play flushes at all, and I think maybe after a long sequence of playing pairs back to back to back to back, I think Lustful Joker is the kind of thing that would be, I'd be willing to play flushes. Or at the very least, I could take it now as an Eternal and then just not use it later is possible. Let's do that. And go next. I think if I have Lustful Joker, then I don't need anything else. So that's another consideration, is if I have Lustful Joker, a Hearts Flush will one-shot the next several rounds. So even round 5, even the big blind of ante 2, you can one-shot still. Makes this very safe going into that second boss in ante 2. Alright, here we don't need a flush necessarily. I could play... this is a Jack High straight with 2 hearts. I think that's enough. Alright. Could be Vampire, but it's a rental. I think as a rental, I'm not willing to take a Vampire this early. If it was a rental Constellation, I don't think I would take a rental Constellation either. I think the rental fee is too much for me to invest in right now, and then I think, maybe these kind of scaling XML Jokers, maybe that's something that I can find again later. If it wasn't a rental, I would take it. I would take a Vampire here. We could open an Arcana pack. We could take the Voucher. I think I don't want to take the Voucher. Maybe. Maybe it's fine. So the Arcana pack has a chance of giving us Hermit for 19 bucks. It could be, I guess Temperance doesn't really work. Could be maybe Judgment. I guess I don't want to spend $6 on an Arcana pack right now. I think I just should take the Voucher. Flash is kind of neat with Lustful Joker. If you don't draw your flush, you can still play maybe high card with 4 hearts. Already, if you play 5 cards, you can get 25 to 35 chips, and then if you play 4 hearts, then that's plenty of points. We can beat the boss here. Maybe if you take Splash here, you could beat the boss in fewer hands if you fail to draw the Hearts Flush. I don't think we need to do that, but that's an option. Maybe if it was a more difficult boss, maybe if it was -1 hand size or discard random cards, I think I would take Splash here, but we got the extra discard, so we should be safe enough. No hearts. Alright. Go fish, I guess. So just like in the previous round, we don't necessarily need a hearts flush. It could be a full house with these kings. Or maybe... Are we doing the full house? Let's go hearts flush. Probably. If I play the 3 of a kind, it's like 300 points. This is a straight with 2 hearts. So one option is we can try to go for the hearts flush still, or we can play the straight with 2 hearts. I don't think this wins. Nice. Alright. I like certificate. Usually if I'm playing flushes instead of pairs, it's a little bit more dangerous to add cards to the deck. But probably still worth it. We can try to get... blue seal would be best, but I think gold seals are fine. Also maybe red seals could be useful with Lustful Joker. Could be Jimbo here, could be an extra hand. I can save my money and can get the extra hand later. Do I need Jimbo here? Boss says first hand face down. Probably we don't need Jimbo, so let's go next. I have 20 bucks and I want to save my money for interest. So here, the 4 we can discard. And one more time. So as long as I get the hearts flush, this will one-shot with the plus 15 molt. And then that same kind of high flush will win the next round. Okay, could be Smear Joker. I think is not unreasonable. Maybe if I've got Lustful Joker, I take Smear Joker. Sure. Especially if the certificate gives us maybe red seals or gold seal diamonds could be useful to us. Take Smeared, I guess, do we want the walkie-talkie? Again, maybe we can survive without it, but maybe it's something that I want to take anyway. Boss says first hand face down. We do have the extra discard, we do have the extra hand here. I think maybe I don't need the walkie-talkie that bad. So it's not bad. It's not bad to pick up. I just don't think I need it. I can just go next. Alright, red seal 8. I think that means we can one-shot here like that. I don't have anything else worth discarding for. Okay. And then, could be... I definitely want the grabber, and then I save the rest of my money for interest. Let's go next. So here I'm looking for 2 flushes. I could sort by suit, or I could be lazy about it. Discard all these. Alright, so this is definitely a flush, which definitely doesn't win. And then, so sorting by rank, this is a low card, which means it could be a spade. It could also be a heart. I guess I just discard this flush. Okay. Face down card, I think it could be a 3 or a 2 of spades specifically. I think I just throw away the face down card. Yeah, because we have Lustful Joker. Or sorry, we have Smear Joker, so it's fine here. Alright, 2 more round certificate. We did get the gold seal jack. Okay, could be extra hand size as a voucher. Could be Arcana pack. I think I want to start Arcana pack looking for money. We could use Empress, we could use the Sun. Boss is extra large. I think I'm interested in making more hearts. I guess because we have 5 hands, we have an extra hand, I'm kind of interested in making more flushes rather than using the Empress to make higher quality flushes. Just play more flushes. Maybe. I would like to sell Smear Joker at some point, so obviously we use it now, just as a jump start. And then once we turn maybe clubs and spades into hearts, then we can get rid of Smear Joker. Let's go standard pack looking for seals. Could be a gold seal 5, probably. You just want the blue seal. If I have the blue seal, I don't think I need the dagger. And then we can go next. Alright, so now... Okay. This flush we can discard. This flush doesn't win. Okay. Next flush probably wins because we have the red seal. I could discard one more time to try to get the gold seal. How confident am I in this winning? Probably it wins. So... maybe I just ship it. There we go. Alright, what was the last... did we use any tarot cards? We did use the sun, so... I could wait in case there's a fool and then try to get another sun card. I think I'd rather use a fool to copy Jupiter, actually. I do have to think about how are we beating this boss. Alright, there's another Arcana pack. I could go hand size first, or just Arcana first. Alright, so there's a death card for $8. We could make another gold seal, which is maybe not the worst thing to do. I could make some lucky cards. That could be a source of points. I think I just make another gold seal. And then let's try another standard pack. Glass 7 is not very interesting to me. I think we just skip. Go next. Alright, purple seal. Okay, so this is a flush, which we leveled up and we know doesn't win. Okay. I can discard purple for a devil. Alright, I probably use that on the blue seal. I could use it on the red seal. We get more money that way in the short term. Maybe that's worth it. But I kind of like the idea of making a blue gold card. And then we have something that we can use death on in the future. So in the short term, we lose money because we aren't going to be... we get one less activation on the gold card. So a little bit less money in the short term. Maybe more value in the long term is what I'm thinking about. Maybe. This red seal I can turn into something else interesting. Maybe a steel card. Red seal could be good if we're using Lustful Joker and blue seals. I hope this doesn't win because I have more gold seals in the deck. Alright, cool. And then... play a gold seal here. Alright, certificate's done, that's fine. 2,000 per hand. We can beat the boss with 4 flushes, and maybe we wouldn't normally be able to play 4 flushes, but because we have Smear Joker, we might be able to do that. Let's look for a fool. Alright, so could be an Emperor. Chariot and Empress. Let's go Buffoon pack. Maybe... Madness could be powerful long term, but I'd have to give up Smear Joker, which maybe I'm not ready to do that yet. Maybe. I guess the idea is with Madness, my hands are stronger, and if my hands are stronger, I don't need to play as many hands. I could, going into this boss, I could just take the 4 Phoenix, and that makes it easier for me to play the 5 flushes. But it's close between those. I think Runner has some utility. So let's go Arcana pack first. Could be Temperance for 11 bucks. We could make a glass card here. I think glass card helps me beat the boss. But maybe I want to take Temperance and then re-roll for something. I have 58 cards in the deck. If I make a glass card, I'm not necessarily counting on being able to draw it, though we do have an extra discard and an extra hand. Do I want the glass card? Do I want the money? Let's go money and re-roll. Maybe. Could be hit the road as a way of beating this boss. Actually seems reasonable. Maybe smiley face is the thing that we need to do. I think with hit the road I'll be fine. Alright, so I can play this flush. Sure. I don't have to play the Two of Hearts, but I guess I should play the Two of Hearts so we get the extra card for Lustful Joker. I could make a steel card now. Let's just ship it. I think with the steel card we should be fine. The Jack we could discard. I think we don't need to discard it. I think I can get away with playing it for the money. Pretty sure. Alright, there's purple, so let's go Molt Kings. Actually, let's go... I want to save the Chariot for the red seals, don't I? So, yeah, Empress here. I have Strength, which I could turn 10s into Jacks, maybe. I could play this flush. 3,000. Okay, so we do get the red steel. That's pretty exciting. I discard this flush. And maybe the red steel card I want to strengthen. I could discard the jacks, and then all I have to do is draw. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a flush with the blue seal. No problem. Where are we at with 7 jacks? That's a lot of jacks. I guess Certificate gave me a jack, and then I used Death to get another jack. Alright. Now what? So, extra hand size, sure. Could be a standard pack. This boss, base, chips and mold have, that's kind of spooky. 7, I don't need. Maybe you could take extra jacks, I don't think I need to. With the gold seals and the gold cards, I can probably afford a Celestial pack if I want to. I could take a Mars card. Is not likely to be super relevant. Let's go next. Alright, so here's a flush. That's 3,000. I could discard a jack. So if I play another flush, it'll be 4,500 ish. Okay. 2,000 left. So if I play this flush, maybe it's too many points. I want to save discards for the purple seal. I don't care about the jacks that much. I just want to see if I can get the purple seal value. Maybe. And then also try to draw my blue seal, my gold seals. Blue seal in hand. I could play 2 pair or something like that. Sure. Maybe 2 pair like this. Too many hearts in hand. Great. How about... okay, I want to discard purple. I don't have that many spades left, so I might as well just discard all the jacks. Strength. So could be strength on the 9s, trying to get access to more 10s. I could save my strength for the 10s. I think I'm just going to go ahead. It should be fine if we use it now. And then play all these gold seals. Yeah. Alright, could be Judgment. To replace the certificate seems fine. Standard pack. Could be another blue seal. I think I do want another blue seal, since we have the double hand size. Could be Justice here. Could be a gold card. I think at this point, maybe I want more glass cards, so maybe what we do is a glass jack. In the short term, we want to discard them, but maybe in the long term, we copy them and hold on to them. Let's go Judgment first. Blue Joker. Okay, so yeah, glass jack seems okay. Go next. Alright. There's a flush I can discard. I could play the flush, saving discards for blue seals, or sorry, purple seals and jacks. The spade flush is not actually that bad. Let's try the hearts flush. Okay, so that's like 5,000. I can play another flush here for like 2,000. Right, the next hand wins. Okay, so discard the jacks. And I don't need the glass jack. I don't need the red seal. I did not get the purple seal yet. Maybe I could play a pair of queens without winning. Is that possible? Yes. Bummer. Alright, so here's a bunch of gold seals. Could be a flush house if we want. I question my ability to play flush houses long term, though admittedly we do have 6 kings and 7 jacks. We do have 3 discards and 5 hands, and maybe the flush house is not entirely unreachable. But I think playing the flushes is going to be safer. If I had a tarot card generating Joker, I would probably do the flush houses. Playing flushes instead of flush houses makes it easier for me to do hit the road. Alright, Celestial pack, Standard pack. Gold seal 3. If it's not a red card, probably we don't take it. 6 we don't need to take. We can re-roll. Maybe one more time. Alright, Celestial pack gives me Jupiter. And we should be okay going into this boss because we have Blue Joker. I think Blue Joker saves us, whereas otherwise we might be concerned. Let's go next, or one more. Yeah, go next. Alright, so here's a flush. The base mult gets halved, but we do have a steel card. And so that's a reasonable flush. I think this means we can't lose. So that's 3,000, not even hearts on that flush. Could be this flush for another 3,000. Right, and then try to get the purple seal. Maybe. I can discard the jacks and as soon as I discard this, I'm going to draw the purple seal and then I'm going to be sad. Bummer. Can I play a pair of 7s here, maybe? Great. There's a flush. Hmm, 14 cards left in the deck. Getting close to being able to play a flush house if I want to. Alright. This boss says face cards are debuffed. Could be a bloodstone. Blank, I feel fine taking. Do we want the bloodstone? Let's look inside the spectral pack first. Could be sigil. So it's 50-50. Either hearts or diamonds. I don't know. I guess losing a couple hearts is maybe not the worst thing in the world. Maybe. That's not bad. Okay. Smear Joker just became eternal, I think. I think we take the Bloodstone. I think probably Blue Joker we don't need anymore since we have the blue seals. Before I open the Arcana pack, let's reroll for tarot cards. Could be Supernova is 25 on a flush. Maybe you want Supernova instead of Hit the Road. If I have, it's either Supernova or Bloodstone. We're not doing both, so I guess between the two of these, I just do the Bloodstone. Alright, I could make a gold card. I could make some more diamonds. Maybe if I go diamonds instead of hearts, I can swap out Smear Joker for Supernova. And then we just don't do Lustful Joker, we don't do the Bloodstone. I think that's a viable line. Maybe I actually don't need the Four Fienders. To be completely honest, we don't need the Four Fienders. I think here then, maybe the gold card is even more important than making the diamonds. So if the boss is going to debuff my base cards, why don't we go be a gold 10? And we could take a Supernova, that's fine. Alright, so now this is a flush. Next flush wins, so I don't care about Hit the Road. I do potentially care about my purple seal. I can play. This is not a flush anymore. Okay. This is not a flush. Last discard. I don't want to discard the gold seals. Alright. There's the flush with the 2 blue seals. ×2 from Hit the Road. Yes. Since we have Supernova, something we could do is we could level up the Supernova by playing the black flushes. Alright, maybe Plutonium. Looking for Jupiter. Could be 4 of a kind. And maybe we can reroll once. Golden Joker. Maybe. Maybe I want Golden Joker instead of Supernova. Maybe Supernova is not super important for me. I don't feel like doing the math. Let's just go next. Alright. Here's a Hearts flush. Maybe let's not do that. Maybe let's just play 1 flush. Because I don't know if the Bloodstone is going to be too powerful. I guess let's do this. This flush should be okay. Right. And then I have the 2 blue seals in hand. I can discard the jacks. Looking for purple. Have not seen that purple seal in a while. Okay. So I can play a pair of kings. I can play queen as a high card. Still no purple seal. Alright, so now it doesn't make sense for me to discard, except for we could get a gold seal, potentially. Gold seal jack, that would be the only thing that I'm drawing towards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. Cool. So what this boss does is it debuffs my jack, so hit the road doesn't work. But we can still do the bloodstone. Alright. Dagger, erosion, celestial pack. Okay, before we go Arcana, let's reroll for tarot cards. Celestial pack. Maybe Mercury, maybe go one more. Alright. Could be strength on the red seal. I think I don't want to use it on the red steel card. I think I don't want the boss to debuff it. I could go maybe magician on a 5 and a 2. Make some lucky cards, I guess. Go next. Alright, so this is a flush. Do I care about the debuff? Maybe. Maybe I have some incentive to make sure that the bloodstone is active. This might win with the red steel card in hand. Yeah. I guess one of my blue seals was debuffed anyway. I wasn't gonna get... Maybe could have got 1 blue seal there. Oh well. There's a throwback. This boss is the serpent. Seed money, maybe. Anti-6, probably we don't need any more standard packs. Probably I don't need the celestial pack if I have the blue seals. So seed money is the kind of thing that I'm interested in. Go next. Alright. So can I play this without winning? Find out. Okay. Next one probably wins. So let's start by discarding the glass card. Okay. No purple, but I got 2 blue seals in hand. I could dig for the gold seal. There's 1 more gold seal. 1 more gold seal, 1 more gold card. There's the purple. Alright, so we can discard if we want to. Don't need the world. Could dig for the gold seal, could dig for the gold card. To do that, I would need to play a pair. Okay. And then since we got the gold seal here, we should just ship it. Something like that. Cool. Sorry, what was the boss again? Oh yeah, serpent. Okay. Alright, 35 bucks. We do get the extra $2 interest from the voucher. We could spin the wheel. I'm gonna spin the wheel. Let's go buffoon pack first. I could replace supernova with something. Not a gelato. Alright, do we want lovers for... I could use it on the red seal 4. And then that way you get a little bit more bloodstone action. Yeah, maybe. Alright, so there's the red seal 4. What happens if I play this flush? Great. Okay. I think we can win with one flush. I think if we have the jacks, we can win in one flush. So let's discard one more jack. And then discard purple. Get a fool for lovers is not something that I want. Okay, so we could play a flush to end. We could dig for more gold seals, more blue seals. Yeah. There's the blue seal. The blue seal doesn't actually matter because I have the fool. And I think I do want to save the fool. So throw away the blue seal. And then one more time, I'm looking for a gold seal and maybe my steel card. All right. There we go. Fool, we want a hung man. We want a death card would probably be best. I'd be willing to use fool on a Jupiter card. Maybe. Could take the baseball card. I have 2 uncommons. Maybe baseball card is a little bit better than supernova. It is a rental perishable. If I take it now, then I would be forced to skip in the future. So maybe let's not do that. Alright, so 2 jacks we can discard. Okay. King we can play. Maybe gold seal we can play it now. Right. A jack we can discard. And then here's a flush which doesn't have the bloodstone. Let's do that. Great. I could play a 2. Throw away a 4. And then no more jacks. There we go. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I want, I could do a couple lucky cards and then red seal on the end. That should be it. Yum. Not that many bloodstone activations. Good thing we weren't counting on that. Alright. Ancient Joker is pretty exciting with Smear Joker, I guess. It changes every round, so it'll only be on hearts half of the time. This boss says play only one type of hand. We could go back in time to lower the scoring requirements. We have enough money. Do I want Ancient Joker? I guess Ancient Joker is cooler if I have more lucky cards, which I don't. Or sorry, not lucky cards, but wild cards, which I don't have. So I think what I want to do, Celestial, I should have rerolled first. I'm gonna skip. Before we go Arcana, let's do a little rerolling. Could be a photograph. So we already fought the boss that debuffs our face cards. So now I could do photograph instead of supernova. If I take photograph, then Lustful Joker turns off. But maybe that's already okay because we have the bloodstone. I guess if I take photograph, yeah, that's fine. Alright, Arcana, let's go one more. Could be a golden ticket. I only have 2 gold cards on the deck though. Temperance is 12 bucks. So let's go. Fool for Jupiter is fine. Temperance, we got a nice amount of money. We can go one more. And then that's it. Alright, now I can play this flush. Without hit the road, this should not win. I forgot about the steel card. Forgot about the steel card. Oh well. Okay, so could be Celestial, could be reroll here. No room for Northern Lion. There's a star if I want to make more diamonds. Probably something that we want to do. Go next. There's that pesky red seal. So how do I want to use this star? I don't know yet. Okay. I can turn more face cards into diamonds. I guess what we could do is we could turn the non-face cards into diamonds, and so the way that the Lustful Joker in the photograph works is you want to have 4 cards that are not face cards and then have the photograph trigger on the last card. Maybe. Okay. Can I play this flush without winning? The answer is probably not. Alright. Throw some hands so I can get to my gold seals and purple seal and blue seal. Priestess. Not stuff I care about. Alright. How about a pair of 7s? Nice. And a jack. Almost a straight. Alright, 2 blue seals in hand. Here's the gold seals. Okay, and then there's one more. Only 1.5 on the hit the road there because we didn't try as hard on the jacks. Alright. Jupiter we can use. There's a baseball card again. Yeah, I think I'm still not interested in the baseball card. Maybe you could swap out hit the road. So rebate, no. Temperance, sure. Go one more. Alright. Could be Judgment. Probably... I don't think Hierophant matters if my flushes are such high level. Let's spin the wheel. Bummer. Let's go back in time. That way we can scale even more. Alright, this boss says I have to play flushes. So... what if I do something like that? Can I play a flush which doesn't win? I can play a flush which doesn't win. Alright, and then now I can discard all of these jacks if I want. Cool. That doesn't score any points. This also doesn't score any points. Purple seal. Magician? Maybe. Alright, so I have a red seal 4. I should have turned this into diamonds, that way I could turn it into a lucky card. I can turn the face cards into lucky cards, I guess. Or maybe it's better to do the cards that are not face cards. Maybe something like that. Cool. Not quite enough points to beat the Violet Vessel yet, but we got more time. We get to do Ante 7 again. This boss, face down after play. It's kind of crazy we haven't got a single hung man this whole time. Sorry, this boss says face down after played. Seems fine. I was considering dropping Hit the Road there. Maybe now with the seltzer we do drop Hit the Road. That's kind of exciting, I guess. If I take the seltzer, then I don't get as much value, maybe? Well, I get to do the gold seals, but I don't get to use as many discards. I think that's fine. If I had all hearts, of course you sell the seltzer and you sell smeared and you take seltzer, but since we have all diamonds, the smeared joker is eternal. So we take seltzer and we go next. Alright, so now one hand and that's it. Purple. Get a fool for Jupiter. Maybe. Maybe not Jupiter. Alright, we want to play only one face card. Okay. Plenty of money. Yas. Give me a death card, please. Give me any tarot cards that I can copy with a fool. Celestial. Alright. No Jupiter. No Jupiter here either. I'm re-rolling for tarot cards. I don't really care about the jokers that much. I could take lovers and use it on... I don't know. Jack of spades, jack of clubs, something like that. Seems maybe not super important for us to do that. Go one more. Okay. Only one hand. Okay. I don't need the glass card. Okay. There's a blue seal. Yeah, lover's not really important for me to do. So let's go play this flush. Cool. Two Arcana packs. Great. Let's still reroll first. Maybe one more. Alright. So, could be Sun. If I go Sun and then Fool for another Sun, can we get rid of Smeared Joker? Or do we just make a Steel card? Probably we just want a Steel card. I can use the Fool to maybe make a red Steel card. Another one. So could be red steel on the 4. Is more exciting than actually playing the 4. You want to save the Fool. I think I still save the Fool, or is that greedy? I guess. Yeah. Probably... there's not that much time left. Go ahead and use the Fool now, it's fine. Alright, and then could be some more lucky cards. Sure. Go next. Okay, glass jack we don't need. Presumably. Avoid all these. And I don't need this many face cards. I guess I could keep one extra in case I need a second hand. But basically, this should be it. Unless we get really unlucky on the Bloodstone, or maybe even if we do get unlucky on the Bloodstone, it's probably still fine. Okay. 7 hands on the Seltzer. There's the Sun. Boss says random Joker disabled. I guess it would be kind of funny if Smear Joker's disabled and we can't actually play a flush. Could be kind of funny. Sun doesn't really matter. Maybe Well, maybe it does because of the boss if we lose Smear Joker. Alright. I want value. Yeah, it could be like that. Didn't get the blue seal. Oh well. Maybe I could get a strength card and then turn the red 10 into a red jack. 2 celestial packs. Sure. Might as well look. And then go next. Okay. We do get the gold seal this time. That's nice. Don't need the glass jack. So there's some gold seals. Cool. Swashbuckler. Alright, since we have money, let's open the standard packs. Could be a red seal 9 of hearts is kind of cool. Blue seal jack we don't need. And do a little re-rolling. Ancient Joker on diamonds. Okay, so Ancient Joker on diamonds is like Bloodstone but different. I think I then take Ancient Joker instead of Bloodstone. Okay. Strength for my red seals, maybe. And then that's it. Alright, go next. Alright, Lustful Joker disabled. Interessante. Alright, so I got the 10 I can turn into a jack. Okay. I have another jack. I don't need the steel card. Well, I guess that's it then. So here's... That's a flush, I guess. Alright. So, when we're playing on gold stake, when we're playing higher stakes, very often we end up playing pairs. I guess, I don't know, the last 20 episodes or whatever, we end up playing pairs. Part of that is pairs are very reliable to draw. You almost always have a pair in your hand, and then that makes the deck building easier. You can take any gold cards, any blue seals, any gold seals, just add any garbage to your deck, and you can still consistently play pairs. Maybe don't go too crazy because you still want to, whatever cards you add to your deck, you still want to draw those cards. You still want to be able to draw your blue seals and be able to draw your gold cards. And so maybe don't necessarily add like random glass cards and steel cards and lucky cards to your deck. Well, if we're talking about a standard pack, you know, maybe standard packs, you want to take value generators, but you don't necessarily want to take scoring things all of the time anyway. And that's why we play pairs, is so that it's really easy to play pairs. The challenge is, can we get the game pieces which actually enable us to play pairs? And so what we're looking for is maybe some kind of early chips joker, not even very powerful, just maybe an early foil. Eternal foil we can take early on, maybe eternal banner we can take early on. That's good enough. Maybe I'm looking for some kind of generic mult like abstract joker, mystic summon, half joker. Maybe I'm looking for some kind of scaling mult, and there's a lot of options for the scaling mult. Could be red card, green joker, bust, supernova. Could be blue seals as a scaling option if you don't get scaling chips or scaling mult jokers. So you're looking for all of these different pieces in order to set up your pairs build. And there's a lot of common jokers and there's a lot of interchangeable parts, so even if you don't find one specific joker or a specific pair of jokers, there's a lot of different jokers that can get the job done. And so ultimately what that means is it's consistent not just to play pairs, but it's consistent to get the game pieces that enable pairs. But even though it's consistent, it's not necessarily guaranteed. It doesn't mean that you're not going to struggle if you are sort of you got your blinders on, you're only trying to do pairs. So sometimes it does make sense to do other things. Sometimes it makes sense to play straight. Sometimes it makes sense to play flushes. Flushes, I would say, if you're trying to play one specific suit, you're probably gonna have a rough time. So maybe early Bloodstone, early Lustful Joker, that can be kind of a trap, I guess. What I like about Lustful Joker is the ability to just survive the first 6 rounds and then you can pivot to something else. You have plenty of time where you don't have to shop at all. If you have any of the Sinful Jokers, could be Lustful Joker, could be any of the other ones, 6 rounds where you don't have to buy anything. You can be patient, you can build up interest, and then you can leverage that money to pivot into some other build. If you're playing on the checker deck, of course, you only have 2 suits, and so then it's easier to play flushes. Could be specifically hearts or specifically spade flushes, then it's fine. If I'm playing on the yellow deck and I find something like Smear Joker, just like when you find Shortcut, you start playing straights. If I find Smear Joker, then maybe I'm a little bit even more willing to commit to flushes long term. And if I am going to be doing flushes long term, what am I looking for? Of course, Blue Seal is very powerful. The reason why I like something like Lustful Joker, instead of Droll Joker, which just gives you a flat +10, Lustful Joker, you can, the Mult, you can combine with glass cards, you can combine with red seals, you can combine with steel cards. Photograph also, that's relevant. Chad, that's relevant. Those are common jokers that will show up for you. Seltzer and Ancient Joker and Bloodstone, you shouldn't really plan around those because they're not going to show up very often. But definitely Photograph and the Chad, glass cards and steel cards, those are things that you can plan around. And I would say if you have access to a Blue Seal, if you have access to maybe Telescope, then it's fine to go in on flushes. But maybe if you don't have those pieces, I think pairs, assuming that you don't have a Blue Seal, pairs are easy to do without a Blue Seal. Flushes may be difficult to do without a Blue Seal, but if you're doing pairs, you can get some kind of scaling chips joker, maybe. Or you don't even need your chips to be scaling. If you just have Blue Joker giving you 50 to 70 chips, that's good enough, as long as you have a scaling Mult Joker. Anyway, that's the idea. Smear Joker makes your flushes more spammable. You already knew that. The question is, why does that matter? Take care, everyone.